Check, check, check. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. I'm gonna try not to make this video long. So somebody asked me to talk about love magic and manifesting a specific person. All right, so for starters, when I say love magic, I'm using the word love very loosely, right? I know that most of the time, especially with men, whenever we talking about any type of romance magic, most of the time we're not talking, most of the time love ain't got shit to do with it. More often than not, like, we really just be trying to crack something, to be real. And there's nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Only the part where we miss is that I've learned this through these few years working with magic or whatnot, that when it comes to using magic, you want to be as clear about your intentions as possible. Make clear what the outcome is that you're looking for. It's best to know exactly what it is you want. So if you want this female in your bed, that's fine. But just say that then. If you want this woman, if you want to experience her as being your wife, that's perfectly fine. So make sure you say that then. Um, so when it comes to love magic, I know that it has a certain stigma to it, right? Some people say it's morally incorrect. Some people don't feel the same. But it's a political thing to where you got to say love magic, and just because it sounds better, makes you feel better about doing magic in the name of love, as opposed to doing it in the name of lust or how you really feel. I'm aware though, but it is people that are genuinely wanting to try to build a life with someone and using magic um to help get there. So that stigma that revolves around magic, doing a magic spell. All right, now first, let me get this out the way. So when I'm talking about magic, though, because I'm aware there's always levels to everything, right? So I'm not speaking about magic on all levels. I'm speaking towards me and you, the on the basic level, the magic that we'll be discussing, that we'll be fucking with. On that level, magic You're not going to rob this girl from her freedom of choice. That magic spell ain't going to send her and have her on her knees, groveling and begging you to choose up with her. The magic spell ain't going to just have her throwing herself at you all of a sudden, right? What the magic will do more often than not is it's going to help present an opportunity. An opportunity to make happen. An opportunity for you to make happen in what it is that you want to happen. At least as far as I can see. Um, it'll be best, in my opinion, to, if you want to tap into some kind of love spell, tap into it with someone else who has somewhat of an interest in you already. Right? Like somebody that might just need, you just need like that perfect moment in order to cash in. If someone goes about it and you just aiming like to tie somebody's hand behind their back and force them to do something they don't want to do, I don't know. That's out of my league. So, I had back in the day whenever I first got in, when I was first getting into the whole law of attraction thing, I was meditating a lot. Um, I was learning about the whole using the power of visualization and um, your emotional power and just all that shit. I was just coming into the knowledge. So I was like a kid in a candy store and I was just trying to manifest everything, right? Like, and this is before I even got deep into study to even know that this was even actually a thing. So at that time, I think I was lonely for real. Um, there was two females. One was my ex, and then one was like my side piece that I had at the time. But at this time, both of them had moved on with their lives or whatever. They wasn't fucking with me no more. So I guess I must have wanted my bitches back because, like I said, I'm just now at this point. I'm just now getting into this whole manifestation thing and shit, and trying to use my mind's power to, you know, change my reality and all this shit that I'm reading about. So what I started to do when I would lay down to go to sleep, I would pretend that my ex was laying in the bed with me, right beside me. Sometimes I might even lay a pillow there just to make it feel more real. And I would like alternate. So like some nights I'll be pretending my ex is laying there in the bed with me, and other nights I'll be pretending my side piece is laying in there in the bed with me. And not too long, it manifested just like that. Me and my ex was back together trying to see if we could make some shit work, and my side piece was back being my side piece. And that was one of the moments where really I was like, yeah, okay. This shit do work. So I just gave out a love spell within saying that. See, most people, because I be on Facebook too in some groups and shit and talking, most people, when they ask me about any love magic they can do, and then when I give them my experience, the method I use to get the most consistent results through time when it comes to that. As soon as I give them that and I tell them my experience and what I did, they usually almost always immediately like just dismiss it because it doesn't like sound magical enough or something. Or it comes off as like a little too childish. But the childlike mind is where you have to go. That's where magic is going to take you, guaranteed. Tapping into magic directs you directly to your fucking imagination. Meaning, it directs you to going back into your childhood to pick back up on the creative side of you that you left back there. They drum the imagination out of us during childhood, not by mistake. So when you get into magic, which we talking about manifestation, meaning we talking about creation, and the point of your life where you was most creative was as a child. So you got to go back to that child shit, back to that little shit as you did when you was a little child, when we didn't know why you was doing it. And we didn't know how powerful the shit was. We didn't know how much we was creating. And how we would literally create our own reality. Whether you had to play by yourself in your bedroom or in the sandbox at the park or whatever, back in childhood, as small children, more times we had the fucking power to create the reality we wanted to be in at the moment effortlessly. And that's where we got to get back to. That's where this shit is directing us back to. It's got to go back and back and remember that it's inside you. It's not on you. It's inside you. The only difference between all right, so we manifest all day and night our reality. We manifest our reality nonstop, but we do most of the manifesting unconsciously. Um, a person can daydream about something they want, and they can visualize having it, right? But they know nothing about magic, right? Don't know nothing about meditating, don't know nothing about none of this slick shit, right? And they can still manifest what it is they want. So then what would you need magic for? So at the base level, all magic is just doing putting you on track to doing this shit deliberately as opposed to unconsciously. We doing the same shit. We're using the same power, right? The only difference is I'm going to be aware of what the fuck it is that we're doing, like and why the purpose is for doing this. When a person unaware got the same tools, got the same power, can get the same results, he's just not aware of how he's getting the results, whatever. Not to say one's better than the other, because at the end of the day, I mean, if you getting what the fuck you want, that's the whole purpose, right? Like I feel tapping into the magic just about making this shit a little easier or a little more convenient, maybe a little less time consuming. Um, Beyond magic, just dealing with consciousness, I feel the ultimate goal should be to have control over our minds, to have control over our reality. Excuse me. Anyway, that's about all I got to say. Um, I'm out.